Hi again. All right. I hope you're doing well. I'm gonna get straight into this one because I am. That's how it is. Because I am. So I'm gonna use this beautiful running river to try and help me explain kind of the process of how, as a people, we must identify when there is waste in the river. Can I turn this? No, I'm just going to take a screenshot like that and just look. You see that little blue thing? No, you don't. There you go, the little blue thing and the rest of the cardboard type rubbish. All right, so that is congesting what otherwise would run all the way back on through the source. You know, so if that's like from a human perspective, that is the distraction. That is what we need cleansing. So the particular part of the rubbish that I'm going to talk about that needs cleansing is the massive paedophile ring that has been keeping all of the elites, well, not all of the elites, some of the elites in this specific paedophile ring in track. And they're very good at it, you see, because those paedophile rings, they also include people like going to the island, Jeffrey Epstein's island, which we haven't seen the files for yet. We haven't seen the files. Well, they're being held by someone who's in the files. So that's the White House for you. And of course, you know, it's not just some of our political leaders. You know, it's many people that our youth will look up to in this time, which is why it's especially in need of cleansing. How do we cleanse a paedophile ring that we're aware of? Well, we make everyone as equally aware of it as possible. So when there is paedophiles in the world, those paedophiles need to be shown to everyone else. That's why if you're a commoner and you commit a sexual crime such as paedophilia, then your name is put on a list. What we're being taught is that as an elite, well, you just get to stay there in the river without anyone doing anything, and that's not right. You know, you should. I don't like prisons. But you should be reformed. You should be taught that touching kiddies is not okay because it causes pain and then likely suffering because your mind is undeveloped and you're not able to process these feelings of pain that is caused from a grown person touching your private parts. So yeah, I've just come on to say my piece about that, and my piece is release the list because you have it and we know you're on it. And realistically, I think we're at the point now where, you know, Jesus teaches to forgive, as do others. Your karma teaches us that everyone gets their own. Everyone gets what's coming to them. All right, but what is a good position to be in if you're an elite paedophile who's gone to Epstein's island and has touched kids, whether you've been drugged and forced into do it and taken photos of and they've used that to blackmail you. I don't care, and I forgive you. I do sincerely forgive you. Even if you did it out of your own volition, I forgive you. But come on, like, we're at the point in time where we're all understanding enough to know that paedophilia is wrong. So why is it that when a government that's being held up, and all governments of this world are now being held up by the paedophile ring, why is it that we're not addressing that and teaching the paedophiles don't do that, and the people who are prepared, you know, to make this world a better place and to help the natural growth of this world and to teach the children of positive, strong morals and ethics? Why it is time that those who are in charge of the world look at us for assistance. Because you don't want to touch kids anymore. Let's be fair. You know, let's be fair. You don't want to do that. You know, you might do it out of fear, but I don't think that's going on so much anymore, and it needs to stop completely. How do we know if it's been a year and we know that loads, like fucking loads of people have been going to this island and playing with children, playing inappropriately with children? Why is it that we're not all made aware of it and those people have to speak about it? Or at least have to speak about it with God, and we all know, so it's like, oh, you know that person, yeah, we did do that. Well, let's forgive him. Let's let him work on that. Let's let her work on that. And we can move on as a people. But at the moment, it's that rubbish. It's that rubbish in the river, which is like, it's blocking our path, because it needs to be spoken about. It needs to be dealt with. And I don't believe that those people who need to deal with it understand how to deal with it properly. So that's where people from maybe whatever perspective, who have an understanding, can explain it. Can explain why you don't touch children, and then why, if you make a mistake, you tell people. And I would consider that a big fucking mistake. Alright? So yeah, essentially, you guys need assistance, not us. We'll be fine either way. We'll be fine either way, as long as you stop touching the kids. Because I don't like it. I don't like that you've done it in the first place, but it's happened. So that's me suffering, because I'm recognising that there's an issue. But if we don't address this issue, then it'll be ongoing. So yeah, essentially, you know, I'm sure it's boring to talk about, and it is really boring to talk about. But there's loads of paedophiles who run the world, or think they run the world. So yeah, get that list out, and then we can talk as adults about what happens moving forward. You know, and Trump's like the main name because he's the president of the United States. He's been voted into office to support, protect, and provide for a group of people, a collective of people. And he was good friends with a man who ran an island to touch kids and blackmail people. And now his mate, who's still alive, because Epstein's obviously dead, isn't he? But his legends live on, don't they? Paedophile legends, they live on. What he went down for the cause. Disgusting bastard. Anyway, so Trump now has all of these names on a list. He's probably either like, if he was the president and these are all your best mates who have been touching kids, you'd probably just pardon them that year. Keep hold of the list, and you could even change the names, innit? You could just take some off. But yeah, all of those documents, all of the files are somewhere in the world. And then yeah, if you've gotten rid of any, or if you haven't, you know, you will still be found out, whether it's in this life or the next. So just get on with telling people, you know, who was it that was going to touch these kiddies on the island, and then why was they doing it? And that should be a fun one for you to explain, because I haven't seen anyone who should be talking about this, i.e. the President of the United States, talking about what's wrong with the fact that this is going on. You've been elected into power, so use your power to teach people to not do what you was doing. But you was doing it, so you need to be out of office, essentially. Unless you're not, if he says, oh, I'm not going to do that anymore, but you admit that you've been there and you've seen what you've seen, that's okay. You know, people can then explain maybe it's not, you know, and you kind of look at, this is dragging on now, but fuck it. And then you think about like a revolution. A revolution doesn't necessarily mean war. It's given connotations of war by those people who were committing genocide across the planet. So why is it that revolution cannot be taught as re-evolution? When you've gone off in one direction that's the wrong way, have people come in and teach you to go the other way. You don't want to go this way anymore. I think as a collective, and I talk about globally, all of the people in the world, we are one people. We are one people, yeah? So, why is it that these globally, we can't, you know, let's say there was a vote of the 7.5, 8 billion people on the planet. How many people are going to vote for Epstein, that list to come out? Everyone is. And they've got it. The ones who aren't going to vote have it. That's literally it. That's summed up. But yes, it's almost a year on. So let's get on with it now. Let's clear this up as a people. So yeah, 9:56 on the timer, about 10 minutes chatting about this, and it's maybe I don't even want to sit down. Yeah, so I apologise. I don't apologise for the rant. I think it's necessary for people. Fuck's sake. Yeah, it's look, I got. It's difficult to talk about this and then remain loving, you know. But how can you love people that you know have done something that's bad or perceived as bad and bad for other people, like it's causing other people hurt? How can you love them when they then either lie about it or just don't address it? Like they refuse to address it. It's been refused to be addressed. You know, Epstein's all no comment in the fucking video, and what a tosser. Yeah, so yeah, let's get and then people just want to get on with stuff. People don't want to have to worry about shit like this going on in the world. But when it's gone on, everyone kind of needs to be a grown up about it and like at least, you know, give your 2 cents. You know, people who explain it with the family. What's so great about social media is you see a lot of people who are happy to go out and talk about it. Fucking, I tell you who I do love is Russell Brand, because he gets involved and he talks about these issues. And if enough of us talk about these issues, then we can address why these are issues, explain why we don't need issues. Issues are something that humans put on this earth. You know, there's no issues to begin with. And then we can explain how to live without these issues. You know, and you have to do that through experiences, but come on, paedophilia is one of the ones which is like, it's quite solvable, isn't it? It's quite solvable, you know? There's laws in place to prevent sexual trauma occurring to children, which affects their future. So yeah, let's release that list, or don't, you know. Fucking, it's been a year. I doubt they'll actually release it, but I'm still gonna complain about it anyway because I feel like I should complain. It's not the world I want to live in when that's going on. And I hope that we begin to look after our children more by, you know, addressing these things as they come up, instead of, you know, keeping it hidden away and using it to make people do stuff that they maybe don't want to do. And I do feel great empathy for those, you know, who are aware of it but have been, you know, kept their mouth shut because, you know, that's where the power is. Of course, I can speak about it because, well, are they going to just assassinate some kid for talking about fucking Epstein's files? Maybe they're not some kid, but that doesn't really matter. Like, how many people have spoken about it now, and it's still not been dealt with. It needs dealing with. And there's plenty of mature enough people, Russell Brand, for example, who is an example of someone who can explain and ask the right questions to the people that need the questions being asked to. Like Donald Trump. Have him answer. Have those Prince Andrew, member of the royal family. Look how easily he got away with it. It's stupid. It's so stupid. It needs fixing. It needs addressing. So that's me addressing it. But unless, like, yeah, there's not much I can do. You know, you can assassinate someone, like, and then they won't be able to make the mistake again. But you know, that doesn't really work for me. I'm not a very good shot. Don't much want to kill anyone. But I would like for those who have been involved in this Epstein shenanigans to address it, and just for the world, just for the, you know, the peace of mind that those who have done this, we know are not going to do it again, because, you know, they've done it. You know, if you make a mistake once and you care for someone, like for me, like if I do drugs and I go and see my mum, certain drugs, and then I'm on a come down, my mum says, you know, oh, come on, because she loves me, because she has love for me. She 444 on the timer, 1444, whatever. Anyway, yeah, when my mum sees me and she sees I'm on a come down and she sees I'm not feeling the best, because I've taken narcotics, you know, she feels love and sympathy for me and wants me to get better, so she'll address it. Same with these nonces. Let's address them all. Get addressed, and then we can help you to fix yourselves. I'm sure you want that support. Yeah. You know, it's the time of great change, and the change has been present, and I appreciate the speed at which it's going, because, you know, no one wants a war for power, because, you know, power doesn't last. Power doesn't last. And self-proclaimed power just kind of makes you look like a knob, doesn't it? Certainly something I've struggled with, feeling like a bit of a knob because I think I'm this or I think I'm that. You get arrogant, you know. You make mistakes, you think you can cover it up, it all gets released, and then you try and continue to cover it up, and it's silly. It's so silly. That's just it. It's I don't know. I don't know how to really, because I don't recall a time where I've been alive where I've needed to address a massive paedophile ring before, but now I feel like I do. So let's be fully aware of how far this reaches, because, you know, it's not just Epstein's island either, is it? I've seen plenty of these sexual crimes going on in schools as well with other children. You know, and it's at the point now where you feel unsafe, you know, trusting your children with these people who are touching kids in schools. You know, it's not good. It's not a good thing, is it? It's not. It's as simple as that. It's a bad thing. This is bad. I don't like to deal in good or bad, but I feel it's necessary to explain this because it's bad. You know, so a slap on the wrist, whatever. You know, should maybe prison time. Yeah, I don't know. You know, it's not my place to tell people how to run the world or to explain how the world should be run. But I'm happy to help out and to say that I don't think that what's going on with the whole Epstein thing should just be swept under the rug as it has been by the people who have committed the offence. You know, the public are asking the questions, to be fair. You know, trying to get the information out. So fair play to all of you. Love to everyone. You know, you can be forgiven for your mistakes. God knows I need forgiveness in my life. I've asked. He's provided. You know, I don't want to persecute anyone, but I also, when these things happen, you know, it's like an elephant in a room, innit? And I know Ganesha would want us to remove these obstacles of, you know, child paedophiles running office, so governments. Well, it's probably schools, probably with the music industry, one of the biggest industries, and human beings being creative as they are, children also being creative, has many people going into that industry. You know, we've got fucking Diddy. You know, did he do it? Yes, he did. So. Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know, so, you know, probably shouldn't have made that joke. Probably quite mean. I don't know about it all. Yeah, I don't know. Bye.